Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be starting a new series on this channel. It's going to be a airline pilot career simulation utilizing the application SimBitWorld, A Pilot's Life, Chapter 2. I'm sure you guys are pretty familiar with that, but we're going to be doing kind of a hardcore version of that. So first things first, we're not just going to be applying like all willy-nilly. We're going to have a couple restrictions that I'm going to implement in. Not saying that the original version is easy, it's just I'm going to make it a little bit harder. So the first thing is we're only going to be based in the United States, so we're not going to be going over to Europe or to Africa or something like that to get a job with a bigger plane. We're going to simulate that we're in America. We're a CFI and we just hit our 1,500 hour mark, and who's going to hire us? So what I would do if there was a good ERJ in the game was I would buy an ERJ or kind of simulate who I get hired by. But unfortunately, there's only a good CRJ, so we're going to be limiting ourselves to only the regional carriers in America that have a CRJ. So with that being said, we can go ahead and not go to the job market, go to the shop, and we'll buy a CRJ license. There we go. Now let's go take a look at the job market. Okay. So out of all of these, chances are I'd really get a PSA. So we're going to sign with PSA. So we're just going to work. I've done this a couple of times, and for the most part, PSA is only people that have CRJs, or like the ones that are in the sim. There's no CRJ 200 that's actually decent. So we have that. And that's just going to be our starting pay, or our starting job. So I'm going to go ahead and go over what we're going to do. So the first thing is we're going to apply some restrictions on when we can apply to certain airlines. So we won't be able to apply to a 3 or 4-star airline until we start consistently getting offered jobs from a 3-star airline or 4-star. So down here, every week we'll get a new job offer, and until we're seeing 3 stars, that's only when we can apply to a 3-star airline. I'm going to make it so that we can't even apply to any airline until we get out of the woods, or if this loads. As you can see, we're a junior first officer. So until we get to the rank of first officer, we can't apply to anybody. We have to put in our dues down here. So we're probably going to be here for a good little bit. But you may ask yourself, how are we going to know when we are like a first officer level or a 3-star level? So what we're going to do too is we're going to come to shop. We're going to go to aircraft licenses, and we're going to purchase the A320 license. Because anybody we're going to want to fly for most likely has an A320. Now, let's say that I'm getting 3 stars and I want to fly for a Southwest or something like that. Then we'll come back and we'll buy a 737 license. And let's say we do get hired by someone that we get offered by JetBlue or Spirit or something like that. What we're going to do is to simulate that we purchased the license. We're going to come here and we're going to buy this guy right here, the training situational awareness, which will add like a 0.25% chance or percent bonus on XP, which is literally nothing. But that's just going to simulate that we bought the ticket or the license anyway. Getting into things, also we're going to try to keep this realistic. So even if we are going to get the job offers, but we're not going to be accepting any job offers that we don't apply for. So we have to apply to a job to get accepted. We're not. So let's say Spirit, JetBlue. Let's say we just get done with the schedule and we're ready to move on to a different airline. What we're not going to do is we're not going to just look in our job offers and see who's offered us and accept a job from there. We have to apply. So let's say we apply a Spirit, or we apply to Spirit, and they decline us. Well, we can't fly for Spirit then. Let's say we apply for JetBlue, Spirit, Southwest, and a bunch of other airlines, and only one airline accepts us and hires us. Then that's who we're going to end up flying for, kind of like how real life works. But also, too, we're not going to decide what plane we're flying. Obviously, we fly for Spirit or JetBlue or Southwest or Avelo. We're only going to be, they only have the 737 or A320, so we're going to be flying one of those. But once we get up to like United or American or a bigger airline, we're going to have to, we're going to get assigned an aircraft as well as a base. We're going to get assigned a base too. So if I get hired by American, what I'll do is I'll simulate that I got hired by American, and they'll go and I'll get assigned a base as well as a plane. Or maybe they'll give me an option of planes, depending on what their need is for that point in time. And all this I'm doing externally, so SimBitWorld does not offer this, obviously. This is what I'm doing on my own to kind of help make this a little bit more realistic. So obviously we're going to be stuck in the CRJ for a bit, which the CRJ just got an update, so it's actually a really nice plane to fly. I'm going to be flying using either VATSIM or Beyond ATC, depending on what's happening. So if I'm flying into like a major international airport just to save some frames, I'm not going to be using Beyond ATC. I'll probably just use VATSIM for that. But if I'm flying into like some smaller airports and I want to have ATC, I'll use Beyond ATC. Or if I'm flying out of somewhere and I do have VATSIM ATC online, I'm going to use VATSIM. So that's just how that's going to work. I'll try to do everything as realistically as I can. I'm not the best pilot with the CRJ. I've memorized all the real life flows and stuff, but I don't have very many hours in on it, so it's not going to be crazy good flying by me, but you'll see what I mean. Other than that, the main goal of the series is obviously to become a captain. So that's the main goal. We want to be a captain for a major airline flying internationally. Also, too, I want to fly some aircraft I haven't really flown before. Like I don't really fly much of the A320 anymore, so I kind of want to fly that. I haven't flown much of the 737. I fly a lot of 737 actually, but I haven't flew a lot of the Max. So maybe we're going to be looking to get hired by Allegiant because they have both a 737 Max and an A320. So it's a win-win for me either way. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. Yeah, so that's all I have for right now. I'll think of some more things on the route, but just so we can knock this out of the way, I'll go ahead and pull this up so we can generate our schedule. Alright, so I just looked it up. So obviously we're flying the CRJ 700, 900, but we're going to be based out of, I believe this is Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte Douglas. We're based out of there. So let's go ahead and book our schedule. Oh yeah, I didn't mention this either. Actually, first, only doing this, and we'll do that. We'll just generate. How it goes for flying wise, I'll just accept this. Actually, no, I don't want to fly the white planes first. That's perfect. So just so you know how it's gonna work, up to 3 hours is kind of the flight limit for me. So once it starts getting past 3 hours, that's when I'm gonna start using the time acceleration. Just because I have other real life things to do, and I can't necessarily just sit down in the jet all day and fly. And plus my sim starts getting a little bit wonky once it's been on for more than like 6-7 hours. So what we're gonna do is we're flying what DFW. I see. Sorry, I just realized I did that. All right, Charlotte to Knoxville. Knoxville. Okay, all looks good. Alright, so it looks good to me, so I'll accept this. But yeah, once we get over like 3 hours, that's when I'm gonna start using time acceleration. So if you're flying long hauls, I'm gonna use time acceleration for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and hop into cockpit, and I'll see you there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the flight portion of this video. So as you saw before, we were just discussing what was going to happen with the series, and I'll kind of get into that more on our climb out. Currently, we're on the ground here in Charlotte. That's what it is. We're ground here in Charlotte, North Carolina, flying over to the west to Tennessee, Knoxville, to be exact, Knoxville, Tennessee. We're expecting about a hour and 15 minutes on the flight time today. Well, that's the time we're supposed to take. In the air, it's going to be about 37 minutes. Gate to gate, about an hour-ish. So, nice little quick flight to get us started. Currently, we're on VATSIM. So let's go ahead and start getting this plane started up. As you can see, beautiful plane. We have a nice little A321 right there, 737 and a American, let's see, a 321, some Spirit. Over there, there's some, I think some ERJs down there. This is the bird we're taking right here, PSA CRJ 900. So before I get started, obviously I'm not an expert in the CRJ. I don't fly it too often, but I'll try my best to keep it to a decently realistic tone. If I do something wrong or something incorrectly, feel free to let me know in the comment section. But I'll try my very best. Anyway, so what we're gonna do before we get on the plane is we're gonna get the leading edge, and we're gonna see where the flap position is. And obviously the flaps are up now. In case they're down, we're gonna check on that and confirm that. So let's go ahead and get on the plane. Unfortunately, I'm not on 2024, so we have to manually kind of do this. Oop, a little bit too high. There you go. And we can switch over to cockpit. Alright. So welcome onto the CRJ 900. As you can see, pretty long aircraft. This is default Aerosoft livery. I couldn't find a actual PSA one. Well, I could find them, but they're for V1, not V2. So the entire cabin was messed up, and the plane wouldn't move. Anyway, what we do first is we try to find our certs and docks. Don't have any on this plane, unfortunately, but they would be somewhere in visible view to all passengers and all that good stuff. So typically on the door, because the door would be open during pre-flight. Then what we would do when we come in is we would check this oxygen mask. It's not modeled here, unfortunately, but that's what we would do. If I can get into the cockpit, that would be nice. Okay, my head. Second thing we do, we come here, make sure that all the circuit breakers are flush and nothing's happening with them. Same thing here, all the circuit breakers look good. Then we come down and make sure we have our emergency equipment, make sure we have our emergency flashlight, and then we would make sure that it blinks once within 10 seconds. Same thing down here, have our fire extinguisher, check and see if it's in the green arc, but they don't have that on here, so we can't do anything about that. Then we do the same thing over here, make sure we have a crash axe, as well as this flashlight blinks once every 10 seconds. Then we would start down here. We'd make sure that our weather radar is off. Make sure that our flight spoilers and flaps are fully stowed, and these are in the cutoff position. We want to make sure that our wipers are off. Our wipers over here, one right there, and one right here. So our wipers are off. Landing gear is down, and is down. Actually, it wasn't down in real life. That's why we do those checks. My Bravo landing gear is up. Not sure why that is. But we do all that, and then we can go ahead and put some DC power on the plane. Alright. And let's go ahead and click the electrical synoptic page. I'm going to make sure that we have above 24 volts. Clearly we have 26 and 27. So let's go and sit down in our chair. And let's go ahead and connect the ground power. And we'll push that in like so. Now we have a source of electrical power or AC power on the plane. And that can be seen right here with our 2820, 2020. So we're all looking good there, and we have about 30 amps. Unfortunately, GSX is not working on this airport. I have to go into the settings and enable it, I guess, but unfortunately that's just the case. So since we connect the electrical power, let's go ahead and test the fire. Actually, we need to be on the statistics page. I can click it. Let's go ahead and click and hold this for a second. It should say FireX, okay. We'll come back to that at a later time. Anyways, all this looks good. Just let's do a quick little flow. So all these are looking good. We should turn our nav lights on. Blue swims can come off. These can say an auto and engine. This all looks good. This recirc fan. These can stay off. All this can stay off. Emergency lights can be armed. And click that again. There we go. Fire system. Okay. Alright, so now we have this plane decently set up, so we can come down here. I'll just use the first officer one, because I don't want to mess with the speed brake. Anyway, so active nav database from the 7th, August 7th, or August 4th, excuse me. Wait, no, August 7th to September 4th, so we're within that allotted time frame, so we're good on that. And obviously 2025, UTC doesn't really matter. Date is the 26th of August, which it is, 2025. Let's go to the position. So we're at Kilo Charlie Lima Tango. Throw that in there. And our gate is, I believe we're Echo 36. I guess that doesn't matter anyway. Let's go here. Just grab GNS position. Get all that aligning. And then we can come here to flight plan, import from FMC. We can send both of those. Let me just cross-check those numbers really fast. Our zero fuel should be about 70. Yep, 70. And our fuel on board to be about 6,000. Yeah, that's perfect. So while the IRS is aligning, let's go ahead and tune into center really fast. Atlanta.
Runway 5 right, taxi via Alpha.
Sounds good.
So to 2218, runway 27 left, clear to land. American 1834, runway 36 left, clear to land.
36 left, clear to land, American 1834.
Zero Atlantic, 35 Zulu. Indy is closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. Have a good day.
Frequency change approved. Thanks. Bye-bye. You're Atlantic 35 Zulu.
Hopefully you can hear that decently well. If the audio is bad, I'll go in and like remess with it. Let me make sure I filed a flight plan first. I think I did, but I don't remember. I don't think I did actually, so let me just refile it. Oh, wait, I think I just got a PDC. I did just get a PDC, so I guess I don't have to call for clearance. So just to review what I got. So I got cleared to the airport via the Bob C5, Bob Z, blah, blah, blah. Altitude of 220. Obviously, that's our cruising altitude.
Delta 1226.
Our squawk can be 5146.
Good morning. Runway 27 right. Standard taxi.
8,000 feet is our initial climb altitude. Altitude looks good, all right. Let's go and take a look at the Bob.
American 1834, join November and hold short of Victor.
Joining November and holding short Victor, American 1834.
Delta 2218 at November 5, cross runway 27 right, join Mike to the ramp with me. Have a good day.
Alright, so you have some weird speed restrictions. Alright, so since that's all good in there, let's go ahead and come down to the...
Pilot Club 7474, fly runway heading, runway 5 right, cleared for takeoff.
Hold on a second, I'm just... That's pretty cool.
Did a 1226, it's okay. You're going to start on Lima, and then at Juliet, you'll sidestep over to Mike, to Lima Charlie.
Alright, anyway, first things first, let's come here, and let's go to radio. We're going to come down here, and set our squawk in for 5146. Put that in there, execute that. Come to departure page, we're going to be parting off. You can expect at least a departure off runway.
American 1834 at Victor 5, cross runway
36 center, so 36 center is right here. Be the Bobby 5. Execute that. So after Bob C5, it should be going direct. Oops. To Brandon, then Brandon to Reweet. That looks good. Then arriving into Knoxville. There's no stars in there, and we can expect. So we're going to be looking at aisle 05 left. So we'll take the ILS in there. 05 left ILS. Brenda's probably just will make the most sense. So we'll just do radar vectors. So that looks good there. Go to index, status, position in it, flight plan, performance in it, initialization page. We'll just go ahead and send that from here. This looks good. We're cruising at 22000. Hurry up, the long guy is not getting picked up. That would be unfortunate. Execute that. Let's go ahead and do our performance data. So we're looking at a flaps of 8. We're going to have a selected temperature of 40 degrees. So we'll throw that into our flex temperature gauge right there. For VNAV, so our climbing out speed. Top of climb, we're going to be looking at Mach 7.4 and 400 knots. Wait, sorry. 320 knots. At Mach 0.74. Execute that. And our cruise. So we're going to be cruising at 300 knots and Mach 0.69. And then descending on the top of descent. It's going to be the same. So 0.69. So that's what that's looking like. Did I not? Oh. I swear I thought I clicked those. I guess I didn't. Anyway, so let's come up here. This is all good right here. Generators are all in the auto section. In auto test, these are all guarded. You can turn the logo light on. The boost pumps don't need to be on right now. This looks good. We can go and start the APU. Long press there. Wait for the door to open. The door is open. Let's click start. That's starting. Let's turn everything on. Come down here, click hydraulic. Everything's in the green. Temperature looks sufficient, or temperature looks good. No, the pressure is sufficient. So let's go ahead and turn them all to all down. I was either draining out. That's good. And we can turn this back to the stat page. So this all looks good here. Let me go ahead and just do this really fast. You probably won't be able to see that. So we're looking at 986. As that goes, so we can turn the windshield to low. Probes can stay off. So this looks good here. So coming from over here, this is all good. This is in the off position. Let's go ahead and set our V speeds. So V1 is going to be 143. Press it. Rotation speed is going to be 143. And V2 is going to be 153. there's 53 right there. This all looks good here for the stall test. Alright, stall test is complete. This looks good, so we'll come here. This is in 8 skid, which is good. These can stay off. This is down. N1. We don't need to do a lamp test. This is good. All this is kind of mechanic stuff. Stuff we're not really going to touch. These should be armed. I'm not sure why they're not armed. This is here. Up, up, down, and cut off position. Boop, boop. This looks good. Oh, this is off. This is going to standby. Test the TCAS. So we're going to test the stab trim. Not going to touch any of the flight control surfaces. We're going to let that do its thing. Alright. There it goes. Mock trim. So looks good. This is down. This is down. All these, this is up. All this is looking as it should. So not 100% sure how I'm gonna push back. I have to do a little bit of magic. So I'll be back in 2 seconds and we'll be pushed back. But first, let's do the start checklist. So since we're gonna start here, beacon light, fuel pumps. Obviously, this is on. This can come off. We'll come over here to aircraft. Close the door. Disconnect the ground power.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Wheel chocks and come off.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight.
So bizarre.
We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all
Well,
passengers
that's
to
all
watch our cabin
closed.
crew display the safety
We'll close the
features
door.
of the aircraft.
And then we're gonna lock it. I just saw it. I totally forgot where it was. It was. I literally just saw it a second ago. It is what it is. Anyway, so we'll be back in 2 seconds when I get myself pushed back. Alright, so we're pushed back from the gate. Let's go ahead and get ready to start engines. So what are we going to do? Come here. We can turn this on now. Air conditioning, recirc fan can come on. Just to make sure that's all good. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to click engine number 2, click and hold, and now it's started. Beacon light is on, as you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit here and wait for 20%. 20%, pull that up, drag this forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency. During an emergency,
This is all stabilized. We can start engine number 2 now. Click and hold. We have an ERJ that's probably going to taxi through us.
If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will
Alright, VATSIM just, or ATC just got off on VATSIM. So we'll just go to 122.8, which we're already on. Alright, looks good. Looks good, this looks good. PLE can come on. Taxi. Actually, I can stay off for now. Alright, engine are producing plenty of power, volts are looking good, all that's looking good. APU, door can be closed. Flaps 8. Full left, full right. And we need 6.6 on the trim. Alright. Now let's go ahead and get ready for taxi. Nice little Turban Duke right there. So we're going to be taxiing to runway 36 center. Alright, let's go ahead and get moving. So let's go ahead and set this for 8,000 feet. Alright, pull up to spot 8, and that's where we would request our taxi. Alright, but since for now, we're just going to go ahead and get ready to taxi now. Keeping about 40% in 1. So now it looks like we have a plane coming right there, so we're just going to take a quick little right hand turn. This plane does not taxi very fast at all. Like, you have to put some serious power in just to get it moving. Oh my goodness. all these beautiful A320s and 21s and 19s. We'll be flying those soon. It seems a bit close. Alright, we're crashing through an A320. That's fine. Nothing I can really do about it, honestly. Taxi light comes on. Since ATC is offline, we have no restrictions, so we'll go ahead and immediately on departure. Let's execute that right there. Crossing runway, so strobe's coming on. Clear on the left. Clear on the right. It seems like we have a really nice looking, I'm not sure about, I think there's C-130s or something like that. I'm not a big military aviation guy, but definitely cool right here for the, I guess, Air National Guard. Looks like we have a A320 departing right there. But we're taking a right-hand turn right now. Actually, no. We are staying online. Excuse me. Looks like we have a Airbus following us right now. There's an ERJ right there, United Express. So we have about 2 minutes before departure. So we can come up here and ding the cabin. Let them know we're getting ready for departure. So typically what I'm going to do is I'll probably fly it up to 18,000 feet, then I'll turn off the video, and once we're crossing back through 18,000 feet, I'll turn it back on. No, I'm not sure what's going on with that hill right there, but geez, that's a really steep incline. Alright, so here we are, coming to the edge of the taxiway. Nobody's on file or anything, so we're gonna We have some planes out there, but they're no factor. Landing lights can come on, taxi light off. Strobes are on. Everything's on, looks good. Gee, this plane does not want to go up this hill. Good lord. Uh, 50%. Nose down. Toga. Takeoff power set. Keeping our hands on the throttle. Going through 60 knots. 80 knots. Let's start reducing that nose pressure off. Hundred 40 knots coming up right here. Rotate. She's heavy. There's that positive rate of climb. Gears coming up. Now we're going to keep that pitch coming back. Flight direction come on, obviously. To 15 degrees. Climb to 1,000 feet and take a left-hand turn. There's 1,000 feet. Let's start a left-hand turn. That. Alpha speed, we're going to go ahead and bump it up to 250 knots. Let's go flaps 1. Flaps up. There's the airport. All right. Everything looking good. And let's go to climb power. Let's keep it coming up. $22,000. crossing through 10,000 feet, so let's go ahead and start accelerating to 280 knots as per the SID. Alright, now we're on the climb out phase. Well, I guess I can stop it here and come back to the top of the descent. I mean, there's really nothing else we're going to do, but once we cross 18,000, we'll go ahead and set the barometric pressure about 29902. And maybe turn off the fastest seatbelt sign, so I'll be back once we're there.
McGee Tyson, landing runway 5 right, Blue Streak 5579.
Alright, so I got Beyond ATC up and running. We have no ATC online, obviously. Unless I lied. Never mind. Let me do this. And then let me turn off their voices. So surprisingly, we actually have Knoxville approach online. So we're approximately about 8 minutes away. We're about to reach our top of descent, so let's go ahead and so obviously for descending we're going to be using where's the drag? Here it is. We're using this. So we can start descent now. We're going to send down to, actually we should go down to 0. Because we're going to use vertical speed anyway. We're going to be descending at 1.8. Let's go ahead and take off some of that power. Let's get the ATIS.
LE10, 4,500 scattered. Ceiling 25,000 broken. Temperature 22. 2.11. Altimeter 3020. Visual.
Alright, there we go. This 3020 for the altimeter, so let's go ahead and throw that in there. Let's see, no, a little bit too high for that. I'm not even sure what approach this is, honestly. What approach is this? Approach Blue Streak 5779. Descending through 18,000 feet, information Tango, and redirect volunteer VOR.
Blue Streak 5579, Knoxville approach, ident.
Identing. We're gonna figure out. There you go. Let's see.
Blue Streak 5579, your radar contact 29 miles southeast of the Volunteer BOR, flight level 180. Turn left, heading 270, descend maintain 5000, Knoxville altimeter 3020.
Alright, return left heading 270 and descend down to 5,000. And copy the altimeter for Blue Streak 5579. So we'll go ahead and turn left 270. Essentially west, there we go. .270, and we'll descend down to 5,000 feet.
And Blue Streak 5579, when able, recycle transponders, squawk 5146.
5146 for Blue Streak 5579. Oops.
And Blue Streak 5579, your radar contact once again 20 southeast of Knoxville, 16,000.
Roger. Alright, so let's go ahead and start slowing it down to 250. This plane's pretty slippery, so. Landing lights are on. All this looks good. Passenger notes going ding them. Nothing know what's going on. We're gonna be rep 144. Variable at 6, so we can just add 5 to that, so we'll have one set of V targets. So we'll set that to 159. Out of the throttle. A little bit increase on the decent. I'll do about 2.2 is fine. Throw out the speed brake. We may have to momentarily level off. Just let that speed die off.
Blue Streak 5579, turn right heading 330, and maintain 4,000.
330 4000, Blue Streak 5579. speed brakes are coming out.
And Blue Streak 5579 there. Reports about your 1 to 2 o'clock for 1-2 miles. Report field in sight.
Let you know when we have it inside for Blue Streak 5579. So I mean, we're extremely high. Yeah. We're for Blue Streak 5579. We're extremely high. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it, so we're probably gonna have to do a go around.
Blue Streak 5579, no worries. I'll just keep you on your present heading for now. Descend maintain 3000.
Same maintain 3000 and present headed for Blue Streak 5579. So 3000 present heading. Let's go ahead and like decrease that just so we can get some drag in there. We're about 7 miles away from the airport. We just started descending late because we didn't expect to go direct to this airport. So that's kind of what happened there. Below 230, so let's go and throw flaps 5 in there. Help get us some drag in there. There we are. So let's speed brake in. See the airport right here. There's no point in trying an approach that you're not going to be able to meet stabilized approach criteria on.
Blue Streak 5579, turn left heading 280.
Left heading 280, Blue Streak 5579. So let's go ahead and turn it over to 280. Oh no. Let's hold on to 180. So we'll go flaps 20, then move the speed brake is in.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have stopped.
Blue Streak 5579, turn left heading 090.
090, Blue Streak 5579. Increase that throttle. Sorry, my headset's like caught in the trim wheel. I'm trying to get it undone, so I stopped paying attention for a second. Alright, yeah, let's go and add some power in there.
And Blue Streak 5570 on the airport, you're about your 10 o'clock for 1-2 miles. You have field in sight.
We had a field in sight for Blue Streak 5579.
Blue Streak 5579, roger. Clear the visual approach runway 5 right.
Clear for the visual for 5 right, Blue Streaks 5579.
Blue Streak 5579, runway 5 right, clear to land.
You land 5 right, Blue Streak 5579. Honestly, we could just hand fly it in. Let's start slowing down. Whoa, it's windy. Gear down. Go flaps 30. Extremely windy. It is so windy out here. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, the plane's not responding. It's like whenever I turn, it doesn't turn. It just shoots. It's crazy. Hope this airport isn't too bad. It's default, unfortunately, but nothing I can do about it. Fair enough.
15, 14, 13, 20, 10.
That landing was good.
Well, I guess we're just landing on grass fields now. Dude, you can't make this stuff up, man. Like, what in the world? Manual braking, or not manual braking, partial braking.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our destination.
Blue Streak 5579, welcome to Knoxville. Taxi Yankee Alpha 7 Alpha to the ramp. Cross runway 5 right at Yankee.
Yankee Alpha 7, or sorry, Yankee Alpha Alpha 7 to the ramp for a Blue Streak 5579.
Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Not 100% sure why we just landed on a grass strip. But we did anyway, I guess. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Actually, that's like Airbus. There's some regional jets up here. He'll probably be taking off tomorrow. Well, welcome to Knoxville. You can go see the Knoxville lookouts. Watch them play. Not sure if there's any hockey team. I'm a big hockey guy. I'm not sure if there's any hockey teams in the area. Pretty fun flight. Unfortunately, I mean, if I would have known that runway, but yeah, we got cleared for 5 right, and apparently, 5 left we got cleared for, and yet 5 left is a literal just dirt patch. So but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Really quick on the shutdown, and when we take off out of here, we're going to be taking off runway either 23 left or 5 right. I mean, I guess to be fair, I mean, I'm not sure what happened, honestly. I think we landed on 5 left, but I had 5 right in here. I don't know. I was just trusting my instruments, but it is what it is. Not too big of a deal. Once we get into better planes, that won't happen. I think I was correct. I'm not 100% sure, though. It is what it is. Alright. Taxi light. All this is off. Strobes. Logo. Oh, no. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I meant to turn off the... Oh, man. Where is it? SimBit sounds can come off, and I'll see you guys when we fly. Actually, I guess first we can do a little debrief. So let me go ahead and do this. So here's our flight. Looking at flight time about 38 minutes, block time 51 minutes or 10 minutes early. Let's take a look at the flight report. We got 98. Yeah, I just forgot the landing lights. I can't lie, I did that. I thought they were on, but I just took a quick glance at them. Even from the angle, I was incorrect. Landing rate of 215, kind of hard, but not too bad. Especially on a grass runway. Should have been a little bit softer. A lot of XP, so everything else looks good. But we can go ahead and submit the flight. And I'll catch you guys when we fly from... Let it load. Knoxville back to Charlotte.